Last time we studied about chemistry second chapter, atoms, elements, distinguish between atoms and ions, oxidation, reduction, electrovalent and covalent compounds. Today we will study about the structural diagram of electrovalent compounds as well as covalent compounds. Now electrovalent compounds, you all know that the compounds which are formed by transfer of electron from a metal to a non-metal. Example of electromagnet compounds are sodium chloride, magnesium chloride, potassium chloride, calcium oxide. Sodium chloride, sodium metal, chlorine non-metal. Magnesium chloride, magnesium is a metal, chlorine is a non-metal, so on. So today we will see about the structural diagram of calcium oxide and magnesium chloride. Other you will practice at home. Whatever diagrams are given in the textbook in the chapter, you will practice at home. Calcium oxide. Now calcium oxide is made up of calcium and oxygen. Calcium is a metal, oxygen is a non-metal. Now what is the atomic number of calcium? 20. Electronic configuration 2882. Now since calcium has 2 electrons in its outermost orbit, so what it will do? It will lose its 2 electrons. Now these 2 electrons are gained by which element? Oxygen, which is a non-metal, because oxygen has 6 electrons in its outermost orbit. So it needs 2 electrons to be stable. So these 2 electrons are gained by oxygen from calcium. Thus calcium oxide is formed. Now this is the diagram. Here calcium, I have drawn all the 4 orbits showing the electrons in the orbits. Oxygen. Now calcium is losing its 2 electrons. As a result, calcium becomes Ca2 plus, and since oxygen is gaining these 2 electrons, so oxygen becomes 2 minus. So this is the orbit structure diagram of calcium oxide. Now come to magnesium chloride. It is made up of magnesium and chlorine. Magnesium atomic number 12. So at electronic configuration is 282. Again magnesium has 2 electrons in its outermost orbit, so it will lose its 2 electrons to become stable, and thus it will get 2 positive charge. Chlorine will receive these 2 electrons. Now the question is, chlorine's atomic number is 17 and it has 7 electrons in its outermost orbit. So it means one chlorine atom can receive only 1 electron, but magnesium is donating 2 electrons. It means there must be 2 chlorine atoms to receive these 2 electrons donated by magnesium. So this is magnesium is losing 2 electrons to become magnesium 2 plus. This is stable and it is an oxidation reaction. Chlorine is gaining 2 electrons, so it becomes Cl minus. This is reduction reaction. Gain of electron, reduction, loss of electron, oxidation. Now this is the orbit structure diagram. This is magnesium, which will remain in the middle. All the orbits, 3 orbits are drawn with electrons. Now 1 electron magnesium is donating to this chlorine and 1 electron magnesium is donating to this chlorine. As a result, after donation of electron and after receiving the electron, chlorine becomes Cl minus because it is gaining 1 electron. Magnesium is losing 2 electrons, so magnesium becomes 2 plus. Here also chlorine is gaining 1 electron, so it becomes chlorine ion. Now all these ions are stable. You have already studied that ions are stable, atoms are unstable except noble gases. So these are 2 electrovalent compounds. I have shown you 2 structure orbit diagram. Others you will practice at home. Now come to covalent compounds. Covalent compounds, as we all know, covalent compounds are the compounds which are formed by sharing of electrons between 2 atoms, generally non-metals. Example, Cl2, O2, N2, H2O, NH3, these all are example of covalent compounds. Now covalent compounds are generally of 3 types: polar, non-polar and coordinate. First, what do you mean by polar covalent compounds and non-polar covalent compound? Now this is the distinguish between polar and non-polar. Non-polar covalent compounds are the compounds which are formed when shared pair of electrons are equally distributed between the 2 atoms. For example, H2, hydrogen sharing of electron is taking place between two hydrogen atoms. One electron is being shared here. No charge separation takes place in non-polar covalent compound. Now H2, you cannot break H2 in ion. So no charge separation takes place. Molecule is electrically neutral. So these are all example of non-polar compounds, H2Cl2, N2O2. In H2, how many electrons are being shared? 2 electrons. 2 electrons matlab means one pair of electrons. So how many bonds will be formed between two hydrogen atoms? One bond. One bond represents 2 electrons. So 2 bond represents 4 electrons. 3 bond represent 6 electrons. Now what about polar covalent compounds? The compounds which are formed when shared pair of electrons are unequally distributed between the two atoms. Charge separation takes place, for example H2O, NH3. So they will break into its constituent ions. So we will see the orbit structure diagram of some covalent compounds also. First, chlorine, which is a non-polar covalent compound. Chlorine, 17 atomic number, electronic configuration 287. Again, outermost orbit has 7 electrons. It means chlorine atom is unstable. So it needs 1 electron to become stable. It will take 1 electron from another chlorine atom by sharing of electron between two chlorine atoms. This is the orbit structure diagram. Chlorine, I have shown only the outermost orbit, 7 electrons in the diagram. You will also draw only the outermost orbit. No need to draw all the orbits during covalent compounds. So there are 7 electrons in the outermost orbit. Here also 7 electrons. Now both needs 1 electron. So 1 electron this, 1 electron this. So 2 electron, a pair of electron is shared between two chlorine atoms. As a result, it becomes stable. So how many bond is formed between two chlorine atoms? Single bond. And single bond, you know, single bond means 2 electrons. So it becomes Cl2 molecule. Now come to nitrogen. Atomic number of nitrogen is 7. So its electronic configuration is 2,5. Nitrogen needs 3 electrons to become stable. So what will it do? It will share 3 electrons from another nitrogen atom to become a molecule. Now again I have drawn only the outermost orbit showing 5 electrons. So these are the 2 electrons here, 3 electrons here. 3 this side, 2 this side. Now there is a sharing. Sharing occurs between these two nitrogen atoms. So how many electrons are being shared? Total 6 electrons, means 3 pair of electrons. So how many bonds will be formed? 3 bond, triple bond. So there will be a triple bond between two nitrogen atoms. Thus becomes N2 molecule, nitrogen molecule. Now it is a stable molecule. Third compound is carbon tetrachloride, CCl4. Carbon tetra means 4. So this compound consists of carbon and chlorine. Carbon, you all know, atomic number of carbon is 6, electronic configuration 2,4. Carbon needs 4 electrons to be stable, whereas chlorine, 7 in its outermost orbit, it needs 1 electron to be stable. Now these 4 electrons, carbon and chlorine. Now this is the orbit structure diagram. Carbon is in the middle. I am showing all the 4 electrons by dot, and chlorine, since these two are two different atoms, so please represent the symbol of electrons with two different symbols. For chlorine I have represented cross, and for carbon I have represented dot. So carbon 4 dots means 4 electrons in its orbit. Chlorine 7 crosses, 7 electrons. Now this carbon, first chlorine will take 1 electron from carbon, it becomes 8. This chlorine takes 1 electron from carbon, it becomes 8. This chlorine also takes 1 electron from carbon, it becomes 8. This chlorine also takes 1 electron from carbon, it becomes 8. So chlorine becomes 8. Now what about carbon? Carbon has 4 electrons. Now it needs 4 more electrons, so it will take 1 electron from 4 chlorine atoms. So it becomes carbon tetrachloride. Now this is the orbit structure diagram of CCl4. Another example, H2O. which is a polar covalent compound. These three, carbon tetrachloride, chlorine, nitrogen, these are non-polar. Now one example of polar covalent compound also, H2O. Now H2O is made up of two elements, that is hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen has only one electron in its orbit, so it needs one electron to be stable. Oxygen 6 electrons in its outermost orbit, it needs 2 electrons to be stable. So these 2 electrons are taken, these two atoms will share their electrons with each other. Now first I am drawing again hydrogen, electron is represented by cross, and for oxygen these are electrons are represented by dot. So here one hydrogen, in the center oxygen is kept, and this side also one hydrogen, H2O, 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. Hydrogen 1 electron, hydrogen 1 electron, oxygen 6 electron. Now first hydrogen will take 1 electron from oxygen to be stable. This hydrogen also takes 1 electron from oxygen to be stable. Now what about oxygen? Oxygen has 6, so it needs 2 electrons, so it will take 1 electron from this hydrogen and 1 electron from this hydrogen. Thus sharing of electron takes place between two atoms. But children, now you can see that only this and this, these 2 electrons are shared. This is not shared, this is also not shared. So the electrons which are not shared, they are known as lone pair of electrons. So in H2O compound there are 2 lone pair of electrons. This is first lone pair of electron, this is second lone pair of electron. This is about H2O, water, which is a polar covalent compound. Now what about the third type of covalent compound, that is coordinate covalent bond or covalent compound. A bond which is formed by a shared pair of electrons and both the electrons come from the same atom, means these two electrons are shared by the same atom, not from different atoms. Example of coordinate covalent compounds are hydronium ion H3O plus, ammonium ion NH4 plus. Now hydronium ion, first I am breaking this equation. How hydronium ion is formed? When water combines with one hydrogen ion, it becomes hydronium ion, H2O plus H plus S3O plus. Now first draw the structure of H2O. This is structure of H2O. Now then keep it like this, H plus. When they combine, it forms 2 electrons, 2 electrons, 2 electrons, 2 electrons. What about these electrons? These are lone pair, but same atom will donate electron, will be shared from the same atom. So these two are shared from oxygen with hydrogen. So this is hydronium ion, plus sign will be there. Ion, this is ion. So bond formation, single bond, 2 electrons, single bond. Again here 2 electrons, single bond. And this arrow represents coordinate bond. Coordinate bond is always represented by a small arrow. This is coordinate covalent bond. Second is hydroxyl ion OH minus. Now how this hydroxyl ion is formed? When water breaks, when H2O breaks, H plus and OH minus is formed. Now draw the structure H2O, same way, H2O, H plus, keep it like this. Draw the structure of OH minus, oxygen 6 and hydrogen minus. Now when they combine with each other, oxygen has 6 electrons, hydrogen has 1 electron. So one is shared by this, and but 2 electrons will be shared from again same oxygen atom, so it becomes hydronium ion. Third is ammonium ion NH4 plus. NH4 plus is made up of NH3, that is ammonia, and H plus, hydrogen ion. Now draw the structure of ammonia first. This is N. N has how many electrons in its outermost orbit? 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, represented by dot. and hydrogen electrons are represented by cross. So when there are two different atoms in a compound, please represent the electrons in two different ways. Cross for hydrogen and dot for nitrogen. Now nitrogen has 5 electrons. Hydrogen first take 1 electron from nitrogen, it becomes 2. This hydrogen also take 1 electron, this also becomes 2. This hydrogen also takes 1 electron from nitrogen, it also becomes 2. What about these two? These two remain in their own position like this. So because these are lone pair of electrons, they are not being shared by any hydrogen atom. Now what will happen when this ammonia combines with H plus? NH4 plus is formed. These two will be shared with hydrogen. This is known as coordinate covalent bond. So this way we can represent it by a bond also, single bond, single bond, single bond. Since these are coordinates, so it is represented by arrow. Now open your textbook, page number 34. Everybody has chemistry textbook, so please open page number 34 and see the properties and comparison between electrovalent and covalent compounds. There are so many points given. When distinguish comes between covalent and electrovalent compounds, then you can write only 4 points. First, electrovalent compounds or ionic compounds. Electrovalent compounds are crystalline compounds. Crystalline means they have proper geometrical shape. Their atoms are properly arranged. They are hard solids. They can be easily separated into its constituent ions. Force of attraction is very strong in electrovalent compounds. Electrostatic force exists between ions. Reason? What is the reason behind this? Because ions, which are charged particles, they attract one another to form electrovalent compounds. So they are closely packed with a strong force of attraction. Hence, ionic compounds are hard solids. And what about covalent compounds? Covalent compounds are generally gases, liquids, or soft solids. They are molecules. They form molecules. Force of attraction is weak in comparison to electrovalent compounds. Reason? Molecules have weak force of attraction between them, and hence covalent compounds are gaseous. You know that in solid force of attraction is maximum, so the particles are close to each other, but in liquid force of attraction is moderate. In gases force of attraction is very weak, the particles are far away from each other. Now second point is volatility. Volatility means easily converted into vapor. They are easily converted into vapor. Electrovalent compounds are non-volatile, whereas covalent compounds are volatile. What about melting and boiling point? Melting and boiling points in electrovalent compounds are high. Reason? Strong electrostatic force of attraction between ions. So large amount of energy is required to break this force of attraction. So their melting and boiling points are very high, whereas melting and boiling point of covalent compounds are low. Reason? Electrostatic force of attraction is weak, so less amount of energy is required to break the force of attraction. Then conduction of heat and electricity. Electrovalent compounds are good conductors of heat. Covalent compounds are poor conductors of heat. But what about conduction of electricity? Electrovalent compounds are poor conductors of electricity when they are in solid state, but when they are in molten state, then they become good conductors of electricity. So for example, sodium chloride. Now sodium chloride means namak, the salt which we eat. Sodium chloride is a poor conductor of electricity, but when we dissolve this sodium chloride in water, it becomes sodium chloride solution, then it will become a good conductor of electricity. Covalent compounds, they are again non-conductor, gaseous and liquid state non-conductors, solid state also non-conductors. Electrolysis, what do you mean by electrolysis? The process of breakdown of an electrolyte into its constituent ions by the passage of electricity. So since electrovalent compounds are made up of ions, so they will show the process of electrolysis. They will separate into their constituent ions, again not in solid state but in molten state. Electrolysis cannot be shown by covalent compounds. Only polar covalent compounds undergo electrolysis. Non-polar compounds cannot show electrolysis. Solubility, electrovalent compounds are generally soluble in water, insoluble in organic solvents. Just opposite, covalent compounds are soluble in organic solvents, insoluble in water. Electrovalent compounds undergo high speed ionic reactions. When the ions separate, their speed is very high. Free ions easily formed in solution state. Here covalent compounds, they show slow speed molecular reaction. Reason, covalent molecules are first broken and then new bonds are slowly formed. Dissociation, dissociation matlab breakdown into its constituent ions. The electrovalent compounds show dissociation on passage of electric current. For example, NaCl, when electric current is passed, it will separate into Na plus and Cl minus, but in molten state. Here also covalent compounds, they will also undergo ionization reaction, again in solution state on passage of electric current. Here formation of ions take place. HCl, for example HCl, H plus and Cl minus, again in solution state. So in this way the chapter is over. Now please solve all the exercise questions. First solve the objective part, then solve the subjective part. Mark the answers in the textbook. Draw the structures. I have already shown you 3-4 examples of both covalent, electrovalent, coordinate. Whatever remains in the textbook, please practice at home and prepare this chapter thoroughly so that I can keep the test very soon. Thank you.